You're both losing. I took well, we can put it on the record now. So I got KC straight up $100. All right.
That's illegal, Justin. I don't know.
Oh yeah, never mind. It's a joke. All right, you ready? I'm sorry. Are we ready? So start whenever I want. And welcome to You Have Real Estate with me, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, but with my attorney advice throughout the way. If you have any questions whatsoever during the show, I have people standing by. Phone number right there on the screen. It's 407-205-0400. If you want to start that house hunt, you're looking for your dream home this weekend, Dallas Lehman is standing by to get you pre-approved. No one's going to show you any houses until you get that pre-approval letter. Dallas is here. Same phone number, 407-205-0400. Great show in store for you today, but first it's time for the opening statement. For you homeowners, I think there are really three main things you need to watch out for that really cost you money on your house. And we're going to talk today about how to prevent you having to get in your pocket and spend $20,000, $30,000 to repair parts of your home that are costing you money every month sometimes, or sometimes every year. We're going to talk about how to save money today. Number one, it's the roof, okay? A roof is expensive, but they go bad. And a lot of times you buy a house and you really don't know what kind of condition that roof is in, but to repair it, if you're going to pay cash, it could be $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Not a lot of us have that kind of money just sitting in the account to pay for the roof. I have some ideas for you. Also, AC units. We're going to talk a little bit about what to look for in an AC unit to see if it's being energy efficient or not. And lastly, and one of the most expensive things, one of the biggest bills we have every month is that electricity bill. I don't know why it's been ingrained in us that we just pay these big electric companies every month whatever they say we owe. We don't even question, oh, well, I've been paying the electric bill ever since I was a kid. My mom paid, my grandmother, my grandfather just paid the electricity bill, which again can be outrageous every month. And a lot of people don't understand is there is an alternative to just stroking that check to your energy company every month. We're going to answer all of those questions, and we're going to do so by asking real questions. Every Saturday here on You Have Real Estate, I ask real questions to the truly trend-setting people in Central Florida's real estate community. Today on the show, happy to welcome back past guest Ali Asmar, Mecca Builders, Mecca Roofing, Stephen Bader, of course, with IQ Power Solar. Also later in the show, a great real estate agent will be here, Jack Louise Sr. Oh, Jack Louise II, I think. You know his son. We're going to meet the father who created our good friend Jack Louise. He'll be here in just a minute. Start with you guys. Welcome back, Steve. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Let's start with you first, because we talked about the electricity bill. Everyone here knows that I went solar with IQ Power Solar a year ago, saving some $400 a month. Why do you think it's just ingrained in our head that whatever the electricity company says to pay, we pay that? Why do we feel like there's no other option?
Well, there really isn't. If you're not going solar, you have to pay. You don't get to choose whether you're with FPL or OUC. You don't get to choose your utility company, and you either just pay the electric company or you do something to kind of regain that independence.
When you first came to my house, I thought it was unusual that you guys came. I thought you were just going to look at the roof and say, oh, we'll put the panels here, and that was it. But you were up in my attic. You were checking my insulation. You were checking my hot water heater. You were checking my AC unit. It was really a full inspection of my house, at least the energy efficiency of my house. Why did you do that?
Well, it's really important to understand what contributes to electric bill, and that's a pretty redundant topic on the show, but it's never going to be too much. And here's why: the solar market in itself is starting to separate from the core value of the solar industry, right? Like in the solar industry, every solar company is just investing more and more in growing the solar industry itself. They're trying to sell more and more solar. Even the awards that are given out in the magazine and news recognitions and the top 100 installers, right? They're only being credited for how many kilowatts or how many megawatts they're installing. They're not being credited for how much you're saving a consumer or what the average total amount of savings is per consumer, et cetera. They're being rewarded to sell solar panels. And that's starting to, create a pretty large divide between what's really important being one-on-one with that consumer. And we're just trying really hard to stay very true to that core belief system. And, if there's a $400 bill, yeah, we could sell you 65, 70 grand of solar, and we can get closer to being a top contractor as far as how many, because the metrics for that are how many kilowatt hours did you install? That's it. It's not, there's no other metrics like, oh, what are your reviews or how loved are you by the customer? No, it's just reported by permitting and engineering, right? And that's just not the right way to go about it, because if I can come to your house and intervene with different systems that are losing you money and contributing to $200 with inefficiencies to that bill, then I only have a $200 bill to address.
We live in Florida, of course. If we come home on a 95-degree day and your kids have the window wide open and you feel the hot air coming in, it's kind of open and obvious that we're wasting electricity at that point. But I think there are many things in people's homes that are not so open and obvious that you can't really see with the naked eye, but that's killing them on their electricity bill. That is making their house energy inefficient. What are some of those things I need to be aware of?
Well, definitely attic insulation, right? It's one of those things that just, in Florida, people don't live in their attics and have rooms up in their attics like where I'm from. And, in New York, people have attics and basements that are virtually living space. I mean, you go, there's rocking chairs in attics. But in Florida, it's just like the place nowhere no one goes. And, out of sight, out of mind. And they don't really think about it. But when you wake up at 2, 3 a.m. to go to the bathroom or get a cup of water and you hear AC, why? The sun went down at 6 o'clock. So that's a massive problem when you have 140-degree attic spaces and that's starting to penetrate your roof and get into your home. And that keeps your AC running, right? That's huge.
I'd say a lot of things that people don't consider. It's very, very minute, but weather stripping around the doors, around the windows. A lot of times over the years, they go bad. People don't replace them, and your energy is going right out the window or the door.
It's funny is they notice that in the wintertime, because when you walk, when you just start to walk toward the laundry room door, it's freezing. And man, like what?
Yeah.
And it's not that hard, guys. Yes. It just takes a
minor thing.
It's a big deal though. Like if you go to close your bedroom door and it slams, you got issues, right?
Oh, I just thought I had a door that was heavy or something. No, it's the draft in my house.
Exactly.
Weather stripping, and guys, hot water heaters. There are so many sophisticated hot water heaters that use virtually nothing. We have 3 different hot water systems we can use based on your home and your home energy needs. And guys, another thing, when you're getting all these solar quotes, let me explain something to you. These are solar sales models. They're not contractors. They don't have licenses. They work with a solar installer. The reason they don't do more than one thing, it's not because they don't actually believe in it. It's because they don't know that, right? And it's because their installers are not plumbers. They don't have plumbing licenses. They don't have all the different licenses you need to go through a house. We do, right? So that's the real thing. And of course they're going to be like, oh well, they're just trying to say, guy, not even close. I can sell you, a whole roof of solar.
Steve,
bro.
I got a question for you. What do you feel about the water heaters that use the garage air to?
I have one.
How do you feel about that?
I like it. Well, it's called a hybrid tank, right? And it's a hybrid between heat pump technology and electricity. So what it does is it has a fan on the top that sucks the hot air out of the garage and heats your water with it. I love it.
Great. That's great.
It looks great. It's like a little spaceship hot water heater.
And your garage is a lot cooler.
It's not an air conditioner. It doesn't cool, but yeah, it is cooler.
It's sucking the hot air out of the garage, but I don't think that's the main reason for it, probably. But it's sort of a secondary benefit.
Yeah, I mean, it's just brilliant use of what's right there,
Here's what I think you should do, because again, if your window's open, your door's open, you understand, especially in the summertime, that's costing you money with your electricity. But what you don't see, the hidden danger that's costing you money every month, is the insulation. Is the roof going bad? Your AC is bad. Your hot water heater is not efficient. How do you check that? How do you understand? How do you know if your house is energy efficient or not? I'll tell you exactly how, and it'll cost you $0.0. Call us right now at 407-205-0400. Stephen Bader with IQ Power Solar will come to your house. Ali Asmar with Mecca Builders, Mecca Roofing will come and do a full energy efficiency analysis of your home. Let's see where we are wasting money. Again, call 407-205-0400. Do it right now. It costs you nothing to figure out how you're wasting money on your electricity bill every single month. All right, let's talk about the roof for a second then, Ali. A lot of people out there have roofs that are going bad, and they say, well, it's going to cost $30,000 or $20,000. This is a check that a lot of us simply don't have to write right now. What are some of the dangers, though, of saying, you know what, I'll wait 3 or 4 years till I have another hailstorm and I'll shove it on the insurance company? There are dangers in letting your roof just rot.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's all kinds of dangers. I mean, you have water intrusion. A lot of times you don't see it after it's done too much damage. You know, your trusses get rotted, your insulation goes bad. You know, any type of water intrusion is not good, and sometimes it creates more damage the longer it sits. So if you have any idea or you think that your roof has been compromised, you know, the best thing is to give us a call for us to come out and evaluate it.
I've heard rumors that there's a shortage of supplies when it comes to
Yes.
roofs. I mean, if you need a roof, I need to get in line now probably, right? How long is it taking, or at least for you guys, to put a roof on my house?
Yes, shingles are back ordered for the whole country. It's not only Florida. And right now, the roofing manufacturers are only sending out what they have. So we don't know what kind of colors are coming in. And right now I have a client that's been waiting 9 weeks for the color that they want, and we still don't have a definitive answer of when we're going to get that color.
China's fault?
Let's blame it on
Try to
China.
find something to blame on them, no?
Yep.
All right, well, let's ask the question. So I need a roof, okay? It doesn't make sense to wait around for the next hailstorm. Who knows when that could happen, if ever. In the meantime, your whole house is being ruined because your roof is going bad. Please don't take that risk, but I get it. I understand we don't have $20,000 or $30,000 sitting around to just stroke that check to get a roof. You two have come up with an amazing program to not only save me money every month, save me money on my taxes by going solar, but it's putting a roof on at the same time. Steve, tell me.
Yeah, we worked for a few weeks on a specific program just to simplify kind of the generic understanding of what we can do. But if you need a new roof, let's say you have an average of a $250 bill, right? You can go and pay 15 grand, 12 grand, 13 grand for a roof in cash, right? But I know right now, all of our cash buyers, they're so, invested in the market, and they're cashing different things that they're not really wanting to pull out. So they're just not moving, right? And that makes a great deal of sense, right? I'm not taking my cash out of anywhere. So we thought about how we can take someone that has to spend that cash and give them an alternative route. So simply put, if you have a $250 bill, we can get that bill down to $15. We can make virtually every aspect of your house energy efficient, give you solar and a brand new roof, Justin, with a 50-year warranty, and your payment will be $200 or less.
Unbelievable. So essentially, I'm getting my roof, I'm getting solar, and I'm still paying less than I was paying to the electric company before.
Absolutely, and it's kind of hard to achieve, but after just really fine-tuning the program and the system, we're right there, man.
And what sort of down payment am I looking at?
No down payment.
Nothing. So I'm getting solar and a new roof, and I'm coming out of pocket nothing.
And before you make a single payment, all of that, your roof will be installed. And there's been a lot of conversation, and it's kind of a good thing because now there's conversation as opposed to just false judgment.
Right.
But there's been a lot of conversation about home value and what if I sell my house in 4 years and what if I sell it in 10 years? Guys, a couple of different things that are very, very true, right? First off, if you need a roof, you need to get it fixed before you sell your house, okay? Because you're going to cut yourself out of so much of the market if they got to get a new roof first. But that's already a thing. Not to mention, if the buyer wants to, they can take over that loan, right? It is transferable to the new owner, but it wouldn't make sense for you. So if there's ever an argument about, maybe it's a home value, maybe it's not, okay, take over the loan then. You know what I mean? But you would never want to do that as a seller. You want the home value because you've already achieved the tax credit. But there's a lot more flexibility than you think. It can stay with the house or the owner.
If you need a new roof, by all means, please give us a call. 407-205-0400. Do it at the same time as you're getting solar. Again, your payment for electricity bill is going to go way, way down, just like mine did. Your solar payment's going to be you're going to pay less per month to have a new roof as you were paying just for electricity before. And it's good for the environment as well, which sometimes people, that makes a difference for people too. They want to help out the environment. Now, Mecca Builders, also a big part of your life, of course. How does all of this work together too? I mean, if I'm going to say get a new roof, or I'm going to put solar, I mean, at times I want to maybe put an extension on my house. I mean, can all of this sort of work together all at once? Is it better to do everything all at once?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of people don't realize, but if we do a lot of room additions
Yeah.
and renovations, and we could actually attach solar to the room addition, and we can use that as a tax credit as well. So that's something that everyone should consider.
I totally agree. I mean, Steve, that's accurate.
Yeah, I mean, to be clear, we're not CPAs, but I will tell you that yes, if you let's say you don't have, an ambient roof for solar, and our engineer says, hey, if you do a 15-foot by 15-foot room addition on the south side for solar, anything you do to provide solar for your home, that's a tax write-off.
Right.
Not and you can get the federal tax credit on the specific part of that addition that's to support solar. Now, I don't want to say the name yet, but we're doing a super cool project in this quarter that we won the bid 3 months ago, but we're doing a museum. I don't want to name the museum yet, but we're doing the whole roof on the museum. Mm-hmm. We're doing a super cool kind of stage in some of their property that Mecca Builders is going to do the stage, and I'm doing a clear case that's going to show the inverter systems, and we're doing solar because you can't put the solar on the museum because of historic reasons. But the whole value of the clear case and everything is I'm literally going to go there and in that town going to do field trips and show students about how solar works, and we're going to be able to do it through aesthetically pleasing kind of visual teaching mechanisms. So and that whole thing, man. I mean, the whole structure, they're going to get a tax credit, if and about they have taxes, because, I don't really know how the museum taxing structure works. But
And that's the beauty of our relationship is that, I'm not only a roofer, but,
Right.
I have the construction company as well, and I'm a licensed general contractor. So we see things in the field that, other people wouldn't see.
Stop wasting money. Stop wasting money every month on this electricity bill. And if that roof is not looking so hot, you need to change it. It is dangerous to let a roof sit on top of your house and rot. It creates so many more problems with your house. You can get a new roof, you can get solar, all for no money down, a low monthly payment, less than you're probably paying now just for your electricity bill. Call my friend Stephen Bader at Ali Asmart, 407-205-0400. Steve, I think you're going to stick around for the Real Estate Roundtable, I hope.
Sure.
Ali Asmar, good to see you, brother.
Thanks for
as
having me.
always, man.
Always.
Mecca Builders, Mecca Roofing, any work you need done on your house, he is your guy. We're going to take a very quick break, but when we come back, I know you're looking at investing. Is investing in commercial real estate a way to make some quick cash? We will answer that question and plenty more. Quick break. You Have Real Estate continues. Welcome back to the show. I know everyone during the pandemic became instant expert investors. You were on Robinhood, you were on Tesla, you were on these stocks, but I think this year, especially with the change in the president, people are wondering what is going to happen investment-wise the rest of the year. And one of the things I think you need to think of is, what should I be doing with my money? Should I invest in commercial real estate? Who better to ask than our good buddy Jack Louise, who's I know your son well. He's been on the show many times. First time we've met. Welcome to the show,
Great.
Jack.
Thank you.
What do you think? Is now a good time to invest in commercial real estate if I'm looking for an investment?
With the 20 plus years experience in the real estate field, I think today is probably a great day. This is going to be a great year. 2020, taking consideration the problems we had with the virus, we still had a successful year. In fact, the first quarter was a little slow, and each quarter we built up the momentum, and the third and fourth quarter were fantastic. So I think it's going to be another great year.
Maybe a little surprising to people because we have noticed that, of course, Zoom's gone crazy because people are working from home. I think some people were worried that the commercial real estate market would be completely in the tank because people don't need office space. You're telling me something different.
Well, on the contrary, we are located in Orlando, and the building that we are located in is about 1.5 miles from the University of Central Florida. We are probably, as far as occupancy is concerned, probably the total building is about 27 to 28% occupied. Now, we, especially myself, I go to the office about 2 or 3 times a week. And we have clients that come into the office, especially from other parts of the world. And we have a great culture group here in Central Florida. So with that being said, the commercial real estate is really bringing in the bucks that we need for our taxes here in the state of Florida, especially in Orlando. Being a tourist state, we really need it.
You know, I put solar on my house, of course, Steve. I'm saving a ton of dough. I own a business, as you know. I own a building, a commercial building. Can I put solar on a commercial building or not?
Yeah, absolutely. I know that we're getting ready to look at your building in Eustis, and that has a perfect roof for solar. And believe it or not, there are some pretty aggressive incentives for commercial solar. Not only do you get the tax credit, but you also can accelerate depreciation. So, I mean, you can really get over 35, 40% incentives.
Yeah, so a business owner who owns their own building probably should call you, especially if you can depreciate it like that. That's actually can save you a ton of dough.
Not only that, but based on the type of business, I mean, there's a good percent of the market that's doing business with people specifically because they're investing in things like the environment. So that's just a billboard for that demographic.
I totally agree. If you're a business owner and you own that building, solar I think is a great, maybe even better than a homeowner. I think you can maybe even save more money than a homeowner if you're a business owner. Call Steve, 407-205-0400. Now, if you are looking to invest, you're looking at a place to park your money, you want to do commercial real estate. Jack, you brought us some properties here to check out that might be a good place to start. Let's talk about this South Orange Avenue property. Where is this exactly?
Okay, South Orange Avenue, this property here, we have 5 tenants as we speak. The tenants have been there minimum of 4 years. With that being said, the landlord has a great follow-up because he's been here in the Orlando area probably about 40 years. And his family are great investors in properties. Now they are looking to sell this property, which is listed for $1.9 million, okay? In the location, you can't have a better location than where it's located here on South Orange Avenue. Close to the airports, close to a lot of the business facilities, and the traffic rate is fantastic.
Can I get financing on something like that, or have to pay all cash?
Yes, you could. You definitely could. Depending upon your background, your credibility, I would say a minimum of 25%, maybe 30% may be required.
Gotcha.
How many units?
5 tenants as we speak.
You want to buy it?
I mean, I do own 2 pieces of commercial property, but man, that's definitely an area that I'm looking to diversify my portfolio with.
As an investor, how do I do the math on that? How do I determine if that's a good deal for me? How do I determine if that's a good investment for me?
Well, this is the pros and cons in investment. We have so many people that work with a cap rate. Just to go a little bit further into the cap rate, we have people that have properties in Orlando that are well priced over the $1.8, $1.9 million factor. And the net income, after all expenses, are not as great as most people would anticipate. This property here, you could probably net somewhere between 3.5 to 4.5% cap rate. But you have to take in consideration, the higher the rent is or your lease is, the money you're going to put out.
Gotcha.
Okay, you have to take that in consideration.
I think we all know Bill Gates is the largest property owner of vacant land in the country. That just happened over the last couple of weeks. If you want to start by investing in vacant land, what a great property here in Geneva, Jack. And a good price on this, too. Tell me about this vacant land in Geneva.
Okay, this property here in Geneva is approximately 1 acre. It's high and dry. If some of you folks out there are looking to buy a piece of property and put your dream house, as well as having some horses for your children, which requires high and dry property. The price is extremely reasonable because it's an acre of land and it's in the Geneva, downtown Geneva, paved road, by the way, and you're only about 15 minutes from the Sanford Orlando Airport. The Oviedo Shopping Center, you're talking about 20 minutes, perhaps. The beach areas like New Smyrna Beach, Daytona, you're talking about approximately 45 minutes. So you're out in the country, and you have the nice country atmosphere of living, and yet you're close to the shopping centers, restaurants, airports, et cetera, and tourists as well.
And quickly, here in about 30 seconds, Titusville, which, 45 minutes down the road, I think, closer than you think. Tell me about this convenience store.
Okay, let's talk about the convenience store in Titusville. As you are well aware of, we have so many visitors coming into Orlando. The people from Venezuela, people from Brazil, the UK, various parts of the world. Titusville is very unique in Brevard County, 45 minutes, Highway 50, Colonial Drive. It takes me approximately 43 minutes to my office, which is located on Alafaya.
Yeah.
So this property here is $150,000. It's called a community service station. A community service station is not based on the volume of gas that you sell. It's not like your larger stations. It's family owned, and it's the business only.
Excellent job. Those are some great investment properties, I think, as well. If you'd
Yes.
like to see these, you want to start investing in commercial, even if it's not one of these is your dream investment, please call Jack Louise right now, 407-205-0400. Keep up the good work, brother. Good to see you.
Thank
Tell your
you.
son hello, too,
I
by the way.
definitely will.
And if you find yourself, I did, Steve. I found myself just knowing I was wasting so much money. My electricity bill, $500 a month, it made me sick. If you need to do a full-blown energy efficiency analysis of your house, Stephen Bader will come there and do it now. It'll cost you $0. $0 to do a full energy efficiency analysis. You need a new roof. What better time than now as well? Steve, great job today, buddy. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me.
I will connect you with them right now at 407-205-0400. Most importantly, thank you for joining us today. If you need to get pre-approved, Dallas Lehman also standing by. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Go Bills.
The Bills will win today.
Actually, we didn't bet. We did bet or we didn't bet. I'm not allowed to say that. We did not bet on the Bills game today. I'm attorney Justin Clark. See you next week for You Have Real Estate.